Hi, Paul Thompson from Tongue Tuition here, and a huge warm welcome to this week's tutorial. And today I'm going to be covering that sometimes confusing issue of how to solo in a major key. Indeed, I've had quite a few requests to cover this subject because there doesn't seem to be a great deal out there on YouTube. So today I'm going to be covering that subject. I'm going to be showing you which scales you can use, which pentatonic scales are particularly good, and how to use them effectively. I'm going to split this tutorial into two parts. So this week we're going to be covering the major keys only. I've got a little backing track for you to try out in A major, which is really nice. And then next week we're going to be covering how to use both the major and minor pentatonics together in a blues context, because we can sometimes do that in several different genres. So that's for next week. Don't forget, if you're brand new to guitar or if you're thinking of taking it up, please check out my online guitar course, beginner's guitar course, on the website. On here. In fact, your first lesson is absolutely free, so you can try it before you buy it. It works out at less than £5 a lesson. 26 lessons take you all the way from being a complete beginner, using all the essential techniques to learning guitar. So check that out. And here we go, without further ado, with this tutorial. Okay, here we go with the tutorial then. And just to reiterate what I said in the introduction, the backing track's in the key of A major, which we've got a 3-chord trick: A major to E major to D major and round again. And then in the middle, we've got another chord, an F sharp minor chord, which actually fits in with what I'm going to be talking about in terms of scales. So that F sharp minor does fit in into what we're going to be talking about. So 3-chord trick, and then with an F sharp minor to an E major in there. Now, the major pentatonic that you probably learned first of all in the key of A, I'm going to highlight first of all. Okay, but now this is the crucial part. We have a relative minor. Now, every major key has what's called its relative minor. And A major, the relative minor to A major is F sharp. And basically, the theory behind the relative minor is that it contains all the same notes as the major key. So A major and F sharp minor contain all the same notes. So basically, I can play an F sharp minor pentatonic, position 1, in the key of A major just by changing my positioning of the root notes, or by highlighting the root notes in that pentatonic position. So F sharp minor pentatonic, becomes A major pentatonic when I begin and finish on the A notes, which is the second note there, okay. So the only difference in those two scales, the F sharp minor pentatonic and the A major, is the positioning of the root note. So I've got root note there with the second note in the scale, the A there on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and obviously the top one at the A there. So basically, my F sharp minor pentatonic, which is probably the one that the shape that you're most familiar with, becomes a major pentatonic if we use it slightly, if we highlight the major notes within that scale. And we can put that scale together with the major pentatonic, the position 2 as I call it. If you're familiar with all 5 pentatonic shapes, then you can use all these both in a major and a minor context. If you're only familiar with those 2 shapes, then you can use them both perfectly well, and I'll demonstrate that in a while. We can put that with position 2, or the major pentatonic traditional. Sounds exactly the same. But obviously, if you're more used to playing that minor pentatonic shape, then it's going to be far easier for you to solo in using that scale position. Okay, but we can combine both. I'm going to suggest to you that position is quite awkward and cumbersome to use until you get to the top. So how I use this, I use position 1 and combine it with position 2. Little slide up there, And there we have it. Again, I'm highlighting the root notes. If I'm in a major key, I need to highlight those notes. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. Put the backing track on, and I'll just run up and down those scales, and you can hear how it works when I'm just beginning and ending on the major root notes. Here we go. So, traditional major pentatonic. F sharp, relative minor pentatonic. Okay, and that just demonstrates how you can use those positions. The string bends work in exactly the same way as if you're in the minor key. So we can use those if you're familiar just with those two, then you can get some great results. Like I said, they also link in with the five other positions. I'm going to show you a couple of little crucial scales that if you don't know already, really good to learn and really help you with this improvising. So the way I begin with the root notes on the 6th string scales. So we've done two positions there. F sharp minor is giving us A major, and we can transfer those all the way on to the 5th string. So I've got my F sharp minor there at the 9th fret, and just to say that relationship, major minor works anywhere on the neck. So at the 5th position, or the root on the 5th string, got my F sharp minor there, and my A root there. So my minor pentatonic from this position goes like so. Or from A to A. That's a root note there. I'd have to climb right to the top there, the 17th fret, to get me top root. Those are the A shapes. And I'm also going to show you a little crucial sliding one, a major sliding pentatonic, which is great. Start with my root note on the A there. Sliding through 7 to 9, onto the 7th fret on the 5th string, to 9th, 7th fret on the 4th string, to 9th, slide again, and then that brings me up to me octave note there. So this takes you through all practically 5 positions. As I said before, there are 5 pentatonic shapes in the on the pentatonic scale. They can now be classed as being in 2 keys. We've got the minor and the relative major, or the major and relative minor. So we have basically 2 scales in one. In this case, we've got the F sharp minor gives us A major all the way up the neck. In any pentatonic shape that I'm in F sharp minor, I've also got A major, and that's the crucial thing to remember. So if you know your 5 pentatonic shapes on the F sharp, it'll also give you A major. So I've done the first 2, position 3. Position 4, which I've just highlighted, has the root on the 5th string there. And then position 5 brings me back to position 1. Okay, so in the key that we've got, F sharp minor, it gives us also A major. And just to repeat, the relationship between the major and the relative minor is that they all contain the same notes. All those scales contain the same notes. We're just starting and finishing on a different root note. So again, I'll just emphasise using the different positions, which I was doing in the introduction, and give it a go. Well, there we have it. Thanks for joining me once again. I do hope you get on okay with that. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel for free weekly tutorials. Follow us on all the social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And I'll very much look forward to seeing you next week.